Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Global English Podcast, where we learn and grow together in a fun and easy way. I'm your host, Lisa, and today we're diving into a topic that has fascinated people for centuries: true love. What is true love? Is it something we feel, something we do, or maybe both? To help us explore this beautiful and complex topic, we have a special guest today, John, a relationship expert and counselor. Welcome, John.
Hi, Lisa. Thanks for having me. I'm thrilled to be here and to share my thoughts about true love. It's a topic that's so close to my heart, and I hope our conversation today inspires everyone listening.
Thank you, John. True love is such an important concept, and I can't wait to hear your insights. So let's get started. John, let's start with the basics. In your opinion, what defines true love?
Great question, Lisa. To me, true love is not just about the butterflies you feel in the beginning or the romantic gestures we often associate with love. True love is about a deep emotional connection that's built on trust, respect, and mutual growth. It's not just about passion, it's about commitment, understanding, and a willingness to support each other no matter what. True love means being there for someone through the highs and lows and genuinely caring about their well-being. It's also about feeling a sense of peace and contentment when you're with them, knowing that you are accepted for who you truly are, flaws and all.
That's such a powerful perspective. So, would you say that true love is something that develops over time? Or is it something we immediately recognize when we meet someone?
I think it's both. In some cases, people feel a deep connection right away, but that's not always the case. True love in its most lasting form takes time to develop. It's built on shared experiences, mutual respect, and a willingness to grow together. At the start of a relationship, there's a sense of excitement and discovery, but as time goes on, true love becomes more about being vulnerable, learning to compromise, and overcoming challenges together. It's this deepening of the relationship that turns love into something truly meaningful.
I love how you mentioned vulnerability. I've heard that vulnerability is a key component of true love. How does that play into the idea of love?
Vulnerability is essential because it creates the space for true intimacy. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable with someone, you're opening yourself up to be seen for who you really are. It's about sharing your deepest fears, dreams, and insecurities without fear of judgment. In a loving relationship, that vulnerability is met with compassion and understanding, which strengthens the bond between two people. Without vulnerability, love can't grow because you're holding back parts of yourself that make you whole.
That's so true. And when we talk about true love, many people often confuse infatuation with real love. What would you say is the key difference between the two?
Infatuation is a rush of excitement. It's intense, but it's often short-lived. It can feel overwhelming, like an emotional high, but it doesn't have the stability and depth that true love offers. Infatuation is often based on physical attraction or idealizing someone, seeing them as perfect, but once the novelty fades, you might realize you don't know the person as well as you thought. True love, on the other hand, is grounded. It grows slowly and steadily over time. It's based on shared values, emotional support, and genuine care for each other's happiness. It's not about perfection, but about accepting each other's imperfections and still choosing to stay together.
That's a great way to differentiate them. And how about love that's unconditional? Do you believe that true love means loving someone unconditionally, no matter what?
Unconditional love is often seen as the gold standard of true love, and in many ways I agree. But I also believe that unconditional love doesn't mean accepting toxic behavior or sacrificing your own well-being for the other person. True love is about supporting someone through their struggles, encouraging their growth, and being there for them no matter the circumstances. But it's also about knowing when to set boundaries and protect yourself. Healthy love is not about enabling bad habits or staying in a relationship that's harmful. It's about loving someone deeply while still respecting yourself.
That's a really important point. So, do you think that self-love plays a role in experiencing true love? Can you love someone else if you don't love yourself first?
Absolutely. You cannot fully give love to someone else if you haven't first learned to love and accept yourself. Self-love is the foundation of all healthy relationships. When you love yourself, you're not seeking validation from others, and you're not relying on someone to complete you. Instead, you enter relationships from a place of security and self-sufficiency. Self-love helps you set healthy boundaries, communicate your needs, and approach relationships with a clear sense of who you are. Without self-love, it's easy to fall into toxic patterns like codependency or seeking love from others to fill a void.
That's such an important reminder, John. True love isn't just about finding the right person. It's also about being the right person. It's about being emotionally healthy and bringing that health into a relationship.
Exactly, Lisa. True love is not about perfect compatibility. It's about two people who are emotionally whole and willing to put in the work to make the relationship thrive. It's about mutual support, shared growth, and a deep understanding of each other's needs, wants, and dreams. True love is about choosing each other every day, even when things get tough.
Let's have a little fun now with a fun fact. Did you know that the phrase true love first appeared in the famous story Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare? It's one of the earliest uses of this idea in literature.
Really? That's so interesting. Shakespeare's stories are all about love, but true love in Romeo and Juliet was a bit different. It was all about passion and destiny.
Exactly. But here's something even more fun. Did you know that in some cultures, they believe that finding your true love is written in the stars? People in ancient times thought that the stars could tell you who your soulmate would be. It's like fate playing a role in love.
That's fascinating. I love the idea of fate guiding people toward each other. It makes true love seem even more magical.
It sure does. And even today, many people believe in love at first sight, which is a little like those ancient ideas about fate. True love seems to have always been a part of our stories, no matter where we're from. John, thank you so much for sharing your insights today. I think we've uncovered some beautiful truths about true love.
It's been a pleasure, Lisa. True love is a journey, not a destination. I hope today's conversation helps our listeners reflect on their own relationships.
I'm sure it will. To all our listeners, thank you for joining us on this episode. Remember, true love starts with kindness, patience, and understanding, both for yourself and others. Let's dive into some new vocabulary from today's podcast. These words will not only enhance your English skills, but also deepen your understanding of health and weight loss concepts. Ready? Let's get started. Infatuation. Meaning, an intense but short-lived passion or admiration for someone or something. Example, infatuation fades, but true love grows over time. Vulnerability. Meaning, the state of being exposed to the possibility of being hurt, either emotionally or physically. Openness in sharing personal feelings. Example, vulnerability is essential in creating true intimacy in a relationship. Unconditional. Meaning, not subject to any conditions or limitations. Love without any expectations or boundaries. Example, unconditional love is often seen as the gold standard of true love. Codependency. Meaning, a relationship dynamic where one person relies excessively on the other for emotional or psychological support, often leading to unhealthy behavior patterns. Example, without self-love, it's easy to fall into toxic patterns, like codependency. Fate. Meaning, the development of events beyond a person's control, often believed to be predestined. Example, many people believe that fate plays a role in finding true love. Grounded. Meaning, well-balanced and sensible, having a stable foundation or being practical. Example, true love is grounded in shared values and emotional support. Compassion, meaning sympathetic pity and concern for the suffering or misfortune of others. Example, vulnerability is met with compassion in a loving relationship. Mutual, meaning shared by two or more parties. Reciprocal. Example, true love is built on mutual respect and support. Boundaries, meaning limits or guidelines that define acceptable behavior and protect emotional or physical well-being in a relationship. Example, setting boundaries helps maintain a healthy and respectful relationship. Self-sufficiency, meaning the ability to fulfill one's needs independently without relying on others. Example, self-sufficiency allows you to enter relationships from a place of security. Thank you for listening to our episode. I hope you learned something new and helpful today. Please give us a like and subscribe for video like this, share it with your friends, and let us know what you think in the comments section below. We'll be back with more interesting discussions soon.